Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, opposition welcomes appointment of acting DPP. The parliamentary opposition has expressed dissatisfaction with the appointment of an acting director of public prosecutions after the full court struck down sections of the constitutional amendments to extend the tenure of Paul Llewellyn. Senior Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Claudette Thompson, was on Monday appointed acting DPP while the government pursues its appeal against the last Friday's ruling by the Constitutional Court. That ruling has been widely interpreted as having in effect brought the tenure of long-serving DPP Paul Llewellyn to an end. The Attorney General and the Minister of Justice do not agree with that interpretation, however, and maintain that the judgment will be appealed in order for the matter to be clarified. Leaders of opposition business in the Senate, Peter Bunting, says he is happy that good sense prevailed. In the meantime, however, with Claudette Thompson being installed as acting DPP. Mr. Bunting, speaking Monday on the news, said that the opposition fully cooperated with the government in the appointment of acting DPP. The process had become complicated by the fact that the term of the Public Service Commission, which makes such appointments, had expired at the end of March. The Prime Minister, therefore, had to first consult with opposition leader Mark Golding on the reappointment of members of PSC and then, through a similar collaborative process, see to the installation of the acting DPP.
The Prime Minister consulted the leader of the opposition yesterday, and the leader of the opposition facilitated a quick consultation and an appointment of a new Public Service Commission, which in turn facilitated the appointment of an acting DPP. So we've come through a very untidy process, that has lasted almost a year. But I think we're at the point now where hopefully we're seeing our way through to more normal times.
JFJ wants a withdrawal of reprimand letter to Curtis and update on IC reports in Parliament. Executive Director of Jamaicans for Justice, Michael Jackson, says that there are several hot-button issues that parliamentarians should address when the House of Representatives reconvenes today. She believes that among these should be the public withdrawal of the reprimand letter that was issued to former clerk to the Houses of Parliament, Valerie Curtis, by House Speaker Juliet Holness.
I think it is important to ensure that the House Speaker publicly withdraws that letter of reprimand. We believe that it was an unfortunate one, and certainly based on the powers of the House Speaker, I don't think it was a lawful one to have been issued in the first place. If you're talking about the tabling of the Integrity Commission's report, I think it's important that the public is made aware of the contents of those reports, because we can't be using the buzzwords of transparency and accountability and anti-corruption framework, but we're not heeding to the principles of what exactly those mean. We can't have those reports languishing with the Oversight Committee, and I think it's just in the interest of the public and transparency to ensure that we are made aware of the contents.
Charges are to be laid soon in fatal stabbing of Irwin High School boy, says the police. More students are to be questioned in connection with last week's fatal stabbing of 15-year-old Renil Plummer outside the gates of Irwin High School in St. James. A 14-year-old student is in custody, facing a charge of murder. Superintendent Aaron Samuels, commanding officer for the St. James Police Division, says charges will be laid shortly.
The investigations are far advanced. In my update from my crime officer, DSP Moore, some more students are going to be interviewed along with the Dean of Discipline, and we intend to prefer charges before the end of this week. What we can only do as a unit, that is the Ministry of Education, the police, and the other entities involved, is to double up our efforts in tackling this. We have to see how best we can mentor these students, be there for them, increase our, as a police, increase our presence on the road, albeit that there was a lot of activities taking place in that time period. We want to ensure that we, be a bit more active right across.
Board chairman of Irwin High School, Nevin Nish, said the institution will be seeking to engage students through various programs to minimize opportunities for conflicts to develop. Mr. Nish said students have been benefiting from conflict resolution strategies and the recently launched Behavioral Modification, Investigation and Interaction program. Introducing new skill sets, he said, could assist the students in channeling their energies. As such, Mr. Nish said the school wants to partner with the people in the development and creative industries, as well as the social media influencers who could expose them to new skills.
Partnering with the Ministry of Agriculture with their STEM program, we want to partner also with people in the development industry, in the creative industry. Getting, there's a lot of monies out there for social media, etc., and getting influencers in the school. Yes, while conflict resolution is very important, we also have those resources and access to those resources. We already have our clinical psychologists which are on call and which are already here.
Assault charges against the XXX dismissed. The assault case against the popular entertainer XXX has been dismissed after the complainant revealed in court that she was no longer interested in continuing the matter. The pair made an appearance in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday, where the entertainer, given name Daryl Cummings, pleaded not guilty to assault charges. With no evidence offered up by the prosecution, Cummings was discharged by Senior Parish Judge Sanchia Borrell. The entertainer was on Monday relieved of his hosting duties by Nationwide News Network after he allegedly assaulted a woman at his home on Thursday, April 11. According to a release from the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Communication Arm, about 12:20 p.m., the 37-year-old radio presenter and a woman were at his Manly Meadows Kingston 2 address when an argument developed between them. The argument reportedly escalated into a fight. It is alleged that Cummings used his hands to hit the woman in her face, causing bruises and swelling. A report was made and he was subsequently arrested and charged with assault occasioning bodily harm. This is not XXX's first run-in with the law. In August 2020, XXX was arrested in North Lauderdale, Florida, and charged with second-degree petty theft. His bond was US $25. Farmer accused of hiding gun in pit latrine. A 41-year-old farmer was nabbed after he reportedly attempted to conceal an illegal firearm in a pit latrine at his home in Cold Spring District in Betheltown, Westmoreland on Monday. His identity is being withheld pending further investigations. Reports from the police are that a team of officers from the Betheltown and the Savannah Lamar Criminal Investigation Branch, armed with search warrants under the Firearms Act, went in search of the suspect at his house. It is reported that the lawmen approached the man, and on seeing the cops, the man allegedly ran towards an outside latrine with a pink-colored bag in his hand. He was later accosted by the police. The pink bag was retrieved, searched, and reportedly contained one silver and brown 9mm pistol with an empty magazine affixed. The suspect was arrested and transported to the Betheltown police station lockup pending charges.